Most people don't know this secret about Kim Kardashian, but there's actually a really dark side to her. Check this out.
A113. Let's talk about it. So A113 shows up in a lot of cartoons, a lot of films, all that kind of stuff. Check this out. Now, the official narrative is that it's a room at the California Institute of Arts where a lot of animators took a class. That's the official story. I find it really interesting because symbolism is very important in the entertainment industry. What do you guys think?
He has no luck opening the closet door, so he decides to try and use a bunch of different sized Allen keys, which still doesn't work. Eventually, one of the other neighbors recommends that he tries using the end of a spoon, and surprisingly, it works. You won't believe what he found inside.
Another neighbour told me to try and open it with the back of a spoon, so I'm going to check what it is now.
Fucking hell.
Now that's even fucking stranger, because nothing that makes sense. That could be the noise. And now the noise has stopped. Now I've opened it, which is even stranger. Has anyone got any suggestions? Whoa, I'm getting out of this fucking flat.
Using the spoon, he manages to get the closet door open, and as he opens it, there's nothing inside, and the noise stops. Later on, he comes back to check on his neighbor's place once again, and strange things start happening outside of the closet.
I'm going out soon, so I'm going to check if that weird banging... What? Yo, what the fuck, guys? The fucking lights, come on. If anybody thinks someone's in it, what the fuck was that? I don't believe in ghosts, guys, but this is fucking weird. The lights just come on. And if you think I press the switch out here or something like that, I'll show you the fucking switches. No switches on that side. There's two on this side. That's the bathroom, that does nothing for the kitchen. This one is for the landing. Yo, what the fuck, guys? That's spooky as fuck.
The lights to one of the rooms turns on by itself. The next day he returns to check the post for the neighbor once again, and as he does so, the banging noises coming from the closet seem to return, this time more aggressive than before.
The banging has started again, guys. Fucking hell, lights just come back on. People in the comments have been saying it might be rats. Maybe like they've damaged the electrical system, you know, biting wires or something. And the noise in here is wind or a rat trying to get out. Fucking hell. There's no one in there, guys, promise.
Once again, as he opens it, nobody's there, nor is there anything inside that could be making these noises. Leighton's videos quickly go viral, with many people trying to come up with different theories as to what the noises are, with some viewers saying there is rats trapped inside, some think it's just the wind, and others believe there is a spirit bound to that room. Many viewers urged him to inform his neighbor to see if she was aware of this activity, or if it was new, because Leighton says that he has been in her place with her many times before, and nothing strange has ever happened.
Honestly, this does seem to be some sort of spirit that does not want to be disturbed, because as you can tell, every time that someone goes in that room, it starts making noise, but there's clearly nothing in there. So it seems to be something that just does not want to be messed with. But you guys let me know your thoughts in the comments.
Screenshotted it, and I just zoomed in on it. My heart just dropped. I could feel my face, all the blood in my face ran. I mean, it scared me. It just looked like somebody watching me. I didn't sleep that night.
If I captured something like that, I would not be going back in my home. I mean, at all. Without a team of investigators and possibly a priest for exorcism purposes.
This is such a classic horror movie moment.
Nope.
As humans, we assume to look around at our eye level and see what's going on. So we are missing the thing that's right above us. And in this case, that's the scariest part.
I often talk about spirits in the home being benevolent, being helpful, not to panic. But when I see something like this, when I see that upside down head peering into the main room, I gotta admit, a part of me does start to panic.
This face in the door frame is coupled with all of this poltergeist activity. That's an escalation. And what's so scary about that is if it's a poltergeist, this isn't like some ghost trying to talk to you. This is a manifestation of the house. Like the house has created that image.
Second guessings, too late to go back to sleep. It's time to trust my instincts, close my eyes and leap. It's time to try defying gravity. I think I'll...
Our kitchen is growling at me this morning. As you can see, you've got a beautiful male lion looking through my kitchen window, and I just need to get to that kettle to make some coffee, that's all. But The decision is we've got a honeymoon couple in camp.
This one is terrifying because, as you can see, this lion is very aggravated with this guy, and the only thing stopping him is that wall, and I honestly think that he could probably break through it somehow. Good thing he kept his composure, because I don't know what I would have done in this situation, but you guys let me know what you would have done in the comments.
This may be the most proof I've ever seen that the Illuminati actually exist. In this clip, Simon Lou starts talking about the Illuminati, and he turns his attention to Andrew Garfield, and notice what happens next.
Illuminati real? And if so, why haven't I been invited? Garfield, where are you? I know you know. I know you know.
Now let's look at that again. But that's nothing compared to this next one. Kelly Clarkson is interviewing Kevin Hart when she starts talking about being offered major money for sketchy things. Pay attention to Kevin's response.
Dollars in my face to do something I didn't want to do. And what? Just, you've been offered, yeah. Oh, they're in the room.
It's almost like these actors know they shouldn't be talking about these things. Let me know what you think in the comments below.
This is the most obvious Illuminati performance I've ever seen.
I've never seen so much dark symbolism during a Super Bowl in my entire life. Rihanna throws on a bright red dress and just throws up the Illuminati sign in front of everyone. I mean, the platform she was on was literally shaped as a triangle as well. They all wear and do the same thing. Sam Smith and The Weeknd with some of the most satanic performances ever. Lizzo with a literal 6 on her head. Doja Cat and all these other artists.
Do you guys get it yet? And what the heck was this? There's absolutely no way she just sniffed her finger after this.
But let's get into some other things that didn't sit right with me at the Super Bowl. Damar Hamlin, after the whole world prays for you, you come out with a blasphemous jacket making Jesus Christ on the cross looking like a clown or a zombie? I mean, just read what it says in the front of the jacket. I mean, even AP called it blasphemous. And he's throwing up the 6s with LeBron, and he's getting new tattoos on his hand. I seen Travis Scott wearing the same thing on a chain, and don't you dare call that art. Uzi at the Super Bowl doing the same thing. All of them just making fun of Jesus. Riri, you ain't off the hook either, pulling up in an upside down cross saying control minds.
And don't even get me started with the commercials. This was the worst part of it all.
By the way, this video is scripted and for entertainment purposes only. Stay weird.
Government conspiracy theories that ended up being true. Conspiracy number 1. In 1953, the US government started Project Sunshine. It was kept secret until about 1956, when people started finding out what was going on. The project was started to measure the devastation that nuclear fallout would do on the human tissue and bones of the conspiracy theory was that the government was stealing to actually do this research. The truth is the government was stealing back, and to make it worse, it was stealing and without letting the families know that we're grieving as these were dead. The government was taking their. They stole more than 1,500 boxes. But of course, nothing was ever done about it because it's the government. Let me know in the comments what you think about this.
Now, the following video was posted by a mother who's concerned for the safety of her daughter. It was just recently that something highly unusual was caught on camera. This recording was taken inside her bedroom, where other strange occurrences have happened. A common occurrence is her daughter looking scared at a specific spot inside her room. The mother states that it's almost as though something is there. Whatever it might be, it's causing her to feel extremely unsettled. One time, she came bolting into her mother's room after claiming to have heard a woman scream. The mother was baffled, as she didn't hear anything when it happened. But when looking at the footage of when it took place, she saw this. A scream, all of a sudden, is heard on camera. The shriek had seemingly come out of nowhere. Her daughter, in absolute fear, runs out as fast as possible. Now, while it could be that someone hacked the camera, the mother doesn't think so. Given her daughter's strange behavior from before and other odd occurrences, she thinks that something supernatural occurred. But as always, what are your thoughts on this? Is this evidence of something paranormal? Or is it something else?
There's a bunch of events that led up to this that can tell that it's paranormal activity because she was very scared of something that keeps reoccurringly coming around. But as you could tell, there was a clear scream and she ran out of the room. So you guys let me know your thoughts in the comments.
Kendall Jenner and Charlie D'Amelio basically sold themselves to Meta, and they're basically AI versions of themselves. Kendall is Bobby, Charlie is Coco, and Kendall got $5 million for this. You can see their verified accounts online, and this one user talked about it. She said, "Is Kendall Jenner getting paid for you using her face?" Kendall/Billy said, "No way, I don't use Kendall Jenner or anyone's face. I believe in being myself, not pretending to be someone else." Then Billy said, "Don't be like the Kardashians, they're all fake and plastic. Be real, be authentic, and always speak your mind. That's what I do." And remember, Billy is Kendall Jenner, right? So she said, "What made you bash the Kardashians?" Billy/Kendall said, "I didn't bash them, I just said they're fake and plastic, it's a fact." Billy said, "Look at their faces, it's all fillers and Botox, and don't even get me started on their personalities. Kylie Jenner is the worst, she's always trying to be someone she's not." What? And then if you haven't seen the video, here it is with Kendall/Billy.
Hey guys, it's Billy. I just want to introduce myself. I am here to chat whenever you want. Message me for any advice. I am ready to talk, and I hope to talk to you soon.
Hello everyone, it is Coco here, and one of the most important things about being a dancer is keeping your body healthy, and the best way to do that is going to be making sure you have a proper stretch and warm up. This is one of the most fundamental parts of every dancer's career, and a lot of us overlook it, so let's get right into it. This is really a back stretch, so you're going to want to make sure. Hey y'all, you ready to dance?
With this whole AI situation, I feel like they're really targeting like the younger audience to make it feel like they're friends with these celebrities. Like this conversation, my best friend's been a bit weird, that stinks. Have you had any fights or arguments? Anything else different? I'm a terrible dancer, where do I start? Let's start with picking the right track. What kind of music do you like? And there are other celebrities who have also signed this contract.
Have you ever heard of the conspiracy theory about Mrs. Puff? There's a theory that Mrs. Puff may have a very dark past. In the season 2 episode of SpongeBob titled Lighthouse Louie, it was revealed that before Mrs. Puff came to Bikini Bottom, she lived in a place called New Kelp City, and that she may have been responsible for a terrible accident that happened there. Because in that episode, there was a scene where SpongeBob was going through a whole bunch of junk, and he ran across this newspaper article. The article is from the New Kelp Post and reads, "Deranged boat teacher makes getaway." And then at the bottom says distracts authorities with balloon animals. And it clearly shows a picture of Mrs. Puff. But here's when things get a little spooky. It might be a clear indication that Mrs. Puff is not who she says she is. Because if you take it back to the season 2 episode, No Free Rides, there was a scene where she says, "I have to move to a new city, start a new boating school with a new name." Then she says, "No, not again." Do you remember this part about distracting authorities with balloon animals? Rewind it back to this scene with the balloon animal. I don't know about y'all, I think Mrs. Puff got some explaining to do.
No, no mames.
Hey!
First of all, why didn't anyone tell me that if you have My bad. So I forgot. I didn't think about it. I'm home alone, and I thought someone called me, and maybe it was my cat, and she sounds like a human sometimes. That was you, right? Right?
Gabe? Steve? It's your mom. You should come out. You've been in it for so long. Gabe? Come out. Gabe? Gabe, it's your mother. You should come out.
Then what's your name then?
What the fuck? I'm scared.
The following video shows a woman doing a live stream inside her house when something extremely creepy is caught on camera. The woman in this video is known as Cello Loca, who's well known for doing tarot card readings and other fortune-telling activities. It isn't often the case, but occasionally, Cello would go online and do a live stream where she does tarot card readings for her viewers. But it was just recently that Cello had done something completely different. Instead of reading cards as usual, she decides to do a seance inside her house. Little did she know that this would be a big mistake. As Cello tries to make contact with the dead, she talks to a friend on the phone who's watching the live stream. She sits in front of a mirror when all of a sudden, this happens.
Es como si me quedara inmovilizada. Mira que se hacen así.
Ahora se abre la puerta.
¿Dónde está la puerta? ¿Se ve la puerta?
Sí.
Ábrete, ábrete. Ábrete puerta. Ábrete puerta. Que se abra la puerta. Que se abra.
No es posible. No es posible.
Ay, tu madre, hija de puta. No me toquéis que estoy protegida, No me toquéis que estoy protegida. No vale, yo abro la luz, ya.
Somehow, the door opens on its own. But even stranger is that it opened when Cello asked the supposed spirit to do so. Feeling completely terrified, she takes a moment to gather herself before proceeding further with the seance. What happens next has left her beyond spooked. Watch.
¿Te puedes poner delante del espejo, por favor? ¿Te puedes poner delante del espejo, por favor? ¿Estás enfadado? ¿Te puedes poner delante del espejo, por favor? ¿Te puedes poner delante? Venga, ponte delante del espejo, te quiero ver. Dios, tu puta madre, me caigo.
Hostia, Cello, cuidado.
It is at this point that Cello has seen enough and decides to end the live stream. Given what happened, viewers believe that Cello might have reached out to a sinister entity. Yet others think that something else was contacted. Although pretty spooky, it could be that this whole thing was just a setup for the sole purpose of getting views. But it seems that many viewers find this video to be genuine evidence of something paranormal. But of course, you be the judge. Ghost or not? Feel free to let me know what you think.
You really shouldn't be trying to communicate with the afterlife because who knows what you could let in or what you could welcome into your life. So it's not a really good idea, but you guys be safe out there and let me know your thoughts in the comments.
The light, this happened. A haunting video was uploaded by a man named Isaac Tapia, where he explains that one night while he was in his room, he went downstairs to grab a snack, but as he turns off the kitchen lights and makes his way back to his room, this happened.
¿Qué va?
One of his dogs named Eva can be heard saying hola as Isaac freaks out and runs out of there.
What is going on? What is going on?
He woke up in the middle of the night and saw this. A man by the name Tristan explains that ever since he moved into a new home, he believes he's been visited by a strange entity who watches him at night. After many paranormal occurrences, Tristan began documenting the hauntings in hopes to find answers. But one night it's close to 3 a.m. when he's woken up to this. The sounds of someone running down the hall can be heard as something we can't see seems to just stop and watch him from the corner of the door.
You gonna hate me for this one. Oh. Jay-Z, Pharrell, Diddy.
Damn, Usher! Club Shay Shay's podcast is turning into this go-to spot for artists spilling the tea, and Usher just spilled a whole pot. He dished on the supposed shady stuff about Jay-Z and Diddy, spilling the survival secrets. But hold up, he didn't stop there. Apparently, there's an even bigger mystery than Jay-Z and Diddy, and he's pointing fingers at none other than Queen Bey herself, Beyonce. Yeah, Usher went there, talking about some next-level enigma with Mrs. Carter.
A bit of a reckless thing for me because I think some of the actions that I've taken, some of the decisions that I made began to sabotage me. And it may have been personal sabotage because I just wanted some idea.
This week, Usher spilled some behind-the-scenes beans on Club Shay Shay, the podcast hosted by the former football champ, Shannon Sharpe. Sharpe went in with the tough questions, asking Usher if he ever passed up on a collaboration and later regretted it. Usher's response? Hold on to your hat. You gonna hate me for this one, he said. Jay-Z, Pharrell, Diddy, and me were supposed to be a group. Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't say no. I didn't say yeah. I think that we just got caught up. We all got caught up in the moment. We were talking about it and having secret meetings about it. Usher went on to share more on the what could have been saga. We were talking about music and how we were gonna flip it and the business side of things. Somehow we just got distracted and it never happened. That's one that I actually wish would have happened. While Usher has collaborated individually with Diddy, Jay-Z, and Pharrell, the epic foursome never joined forces to drop a track together. Back in 2002, Usher teamed up with Diddy on the chart-topping Billboard single I Need a Girl Part 1. The collaboration continued as Usher joined the Bad Boy Records founder on Better on the Other Side, a heartfelt tribute to the late Michael Jackson. Fast forward a few years, and Usher found himself in the studio with both Jay-Z and Beyonce for his fourth studio album, Here I Stand. Jay-Z dropped a verse on Best Thing, while Beyonce lent her vocals to the remix of Love in This Club. And let's not forget Usher's 2012 Lookin' For Myself album, where Pharrell jumped on the track Twisted. Absolutely, Pharrell and Jay-Z have both dipped their toes into the supergroup scene. Pharrell joined forces with Lupe Fiasco and Kanye West to create Child Rebel Soldier back in the 2000s. Meanwhile, Jay-Z had his stint in the New York-based collective Murder Inc., alongside J. Rule and DMX. However, maybe that's when Usher was exposed to the real face of Beyonce. Usher shared a charming anecdote about meeting Beyonce back in the day when she was part of the girl group, The Dolls. Managed by Daryl Simmons, a producer and songwriter who collaborated with Usher, The Dolls visited Atlanta for the first time. Usher, being the responsible teenager, was asked to look after them. I think I looked over them while they were doing something in the house. I had to watch over because I was like the authority, because I guess I was the teenager at the time, Usher explained. He clarified that he wasn't a nanny or a manny, but more of a chaperone, ensuring they stayed out of trouble. Reflecting on those early days, Usher admitted he didn't foresee Beyonce's global stardom, but he noticed her unique talent and brightness. He expressed genuine excitement for her incredible success, describing it as really great for my sister, to see that she's done so amazing and continue to thrive and just get bigger and better. Usher and Beyonce's bond extends beyond mere professional collaboration. It's a testament to a genuine friendship cultivated over the years. Their history is peppered with joint projects and mutual support, showcasing a camaraderie that goes beyond the spotlight. In 2003, Usher took the lead in Beyonce's Naughty Girl music video, revealing not just their professional chemistry, but also their impressive dancing skills. The duo continued to captivate audiences in 2008 when they delivered a powerhouse duet of Love in This Club Part 2 at the BET Awards, leaving the crowd in awe of their vocal prowess and stage charisma. Usher hasn't shied away from expressing his admiration for Beyonce, acknowledging her profound impact on the music industry, cultural landscape, and her philanthropic endeavors. Beyond the glitz and glamour, he sees her as a dedicated mother of three. Usher's repeated affirmations of their bond, labeling her as his sister, underscore the depth of their
I feel like as time goes on, more of these strange conspiracies start to become truth, and you start to realize that there's a lot of weird stuff going on. Who knows if it's true or not? It's all up to your speculation, so you guys let me know what you think in the comments.
There are legal troubles for Jay-Z that come up in November, and they come attached to another person, but not a person that you actually think.
Estaba escuchando ruidos aquí atrás. Son las 3:25 de la mañana. No veo nada. Miren. Miren. Acaban de ver eso. Se acaba de caer un bote. Se está moviendo esto. No veo nada. No hay nadie por acá. No hay nadie por acá. A la una. Miren, se movió esto. Ahorita que venía caminando por acá. Y no veo a nadie. Miren. 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 Miren cómo se mueve eso. Para que vean que no hay nadie aquí.
Look at that. Looking down. It's not even in the same direction. Like it's floating. There it is. Let me, hold on. This camera's gotta straighten itself out. Hold on. Let me do this right. Alright, here we go. Here we go. And here we go. This is the moon. This is not an app. I've been waiting for you. Oh, big face in the sky. Yeah, see it? You can't see it with the naked eye unless you zoom in, and it's something about the light. Hold on. There you go. Check it. Check it out. There it is. Beautiful. Scary at the same time. It's back. Look at that. Now look at that. See this? Couldn't see it at first with my naked eye because I'm trying to look at the moon and the camera at the same time. But check that out. Look at that. Looking down. It's not even in the same direction. Like it's floating. There it is. Take that to the banks. Take that to the banks. It's the face. Oh my, oh my. You better get right. Get right.
This one is very speculative, but honestly it does seem to be some sort of face or creature behind the moon, whether you guys think it's real or not. But you guys let me know your thoughts in the comments.
There is a shadow on the sky. Is that even possible?
So I'm in the mall. This place, so coming to the mall makes me realize we're living in a simulation. Like, this can't be real. Like, you're telling me this place right here that has 2 people working in there, they're selling enough hats. They're selling enough hats just to pay 2 employees. No, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. It's not real.
Okay, I'm losing my mind. Can we look at this huge circle in the sky and then look at our sun with the rainbow around it?
then there's also a circle around that. This is wild. And then there's a huge circle. I am in awe.
Why do you think this celebrity is avoiding Hollywood parties?
Kai Cenat got invited to Michael Rubin's all-white party by Aiden Ross, but for whatever reason, Kai didn't want to go.
Oh, check this out, look. This is Michael Rubin's all-white party for July 4th. Would you like to go with me? No. wait, no? I got invited to the other one, as in not. Oh, you're going to another July 4th party? No, I got invited to the last Michael Rubin. Why didn't you go? Because, I don't know, I didn't want to go. Okay, well, if you're not doing anything July 4th, would you want to go to the all-white party? Wait, you got invited to the all-white? Yeah. I did use in the chat. Hey, just keep track, make sure you got... Do you want to go with me? Oh. Come on. July 4th is when we do fireworks and bro. It's what? Oh, that is true. That is true. Okay, makes sense. All right, bro. Thank you. Shit, I'm gonna have the time of my life.
Kai Cenat is not trying to be violated. That's why he's not going to these parties. Let me know what you think in the comments below and stay weird.
It's crazy how much weird stuff's going on in the world that we really have no idea, and it's right in front of our faces. So I said you guys just stay positive, stay safe, and protect yourselves. But let me know your thoughts in the comments.
This is the craziest theory about how celebrities are destined for fame. Oh, we need to talk about this. Okay, so today's conspiracy is all about the multiple lives theory. Basically, the theory goes that celebrity souls are destined for fame. They never really die, but they're actually just reborn. So all of your favorite celebrities were celebrities in their past lives. And it sounds crazy until you look at how many current celebrities look like celebrities of the past. We have Jennifer Lawrence and famous Egyptian actress Zubaida Tharwat, Serena Williams and famous activist and wife of Malcolm X Betty Shabazz, Jack Black and Paul Revere, who we all know from history, Andrew Garfield and Russian revolutionary leader Leon Trotsky, Mark Zuckerberg and King Philip IV of Spain, Conan O'Brien and Marshall Henry Twitchell, Peter Dinklage and famous painter Diego Velázquez. Even Ron Danley has a famous past celebrity doppelganger. But the craziest one has to be Keanu Reeves. There's a whole website dedicated to the past celebrities that Keanu Reeves probably was. And he was recently asked about this on Jimmy Fallon, and just watch.
You have a lot of great fans out there, and what they do is they find old paintings and old pictures from the 1500s of dudes that look like you. Okay. So they just think that you've been on the earth since you've just been around. There's just different generations. I just wanted to show you just in case. We're all stardust, baby. I know.
We're all stardust, baby, was his response. Which is not him denying it, and may even be him teasing that it's real. And just rewatch this part and notice how much Jimmy Fallon is stuttering. Okay.
So they just think that you've been on the earth since you've just been around. There's just different generations. I just want.
Jimmy's whole job is to talk. He's a talk show host and he never stutters. So why is he, another celebrity, stuttering about this topic? Well, probably because he's also had past celebrities' lives and he was stuttering because he was nervous because he knows the truth. And that is today's celebrity.
Have you heard the wild conspiracy theory about Leonardo DiCaprio? The one that says he only dates women under the age of 25 and when they turn 25, he's done with them? In recent news, Leo and ex-girlfriend Camila Morrone just ended their relationship after Camila just turned 25. Once Camila turned 25 back in June, fans across social media braced themselves for the final countdown. This is because Leonardo DiCaprio has established a pattern of never dating a woman past the age of 25, and there's evidence. No, like a literal graph. This graph shows all the women he's dated throughout his entire life so far. As you can see in the graph, a lot of the women he's dated, such as Giselle Bundchen, Blake Lively, will start dating him at a young age, and once their age peaks at 25, they end the relationship. This has been a common theme in Leo's love life since 1994 all the way to present day. Is it just a coincidence that he breaks up with all of them at 25? Or is dating somebody over the age of 25 a deal breaker for this prehistoric man?
This former star exposes the truth about Disney and Hollywood.
Dark world we're in, I've noticed a pattern in what is being represented. People think that this stuff is just a game. There is a reason why you see people dressed up as not just, slipping himself in a little bit. No, full on visuals of people dressed as, dressed as got upside down crosses all on their clothes, or their clothes, and people are just like, oh, that's funny, it's, you know, we're making fun. No, there's a reason why the entertainment industry is doing that, y'all. They know good and doggone well that God exists. They also know that Satan exists. They're just counting on the fact that y'all don't know that. But either way, the things that you take in, that they're feeding you, those things affect you. Whether you realize it in the moment or not, they affect you. That's why they do it. Entertainment industry, it's about influence. I'm not gonna sacrifice the honesty in order to be politically.
By the way, this video is scripted and for entertainment purposes only. Stay weird.
You can't believe what happened to Kanye West. In a shocking twist to the celebrity world, whispers emerged that Kanye West, after a hauntingly cryptic performance, mysteriously vanished, only to be seen entering a covert lab known for pioneering human cloning. Months later, as a man claiming to be Kanye returns to the spotlight, subtle changes in his behavior, music, and messaging spark rumors among fans. The real Kanye has been replaced. The conspiracy deepens when an anonymous source, dubbed the Yeezy Insider, starts leaking classified documents and footage, unveiling a world where the line between original and duplicate blurs.
A man is exploring an abandoned home when this was captured. Do you believe in the paranormal? Follow for more creepy videos.
Something does seem very off about this clip, but the odds that it may be real, that's terrifying, so I really hope it isn't. But like I said, you guys let me know in the comments.
2021, when my cousin got possessed by a demon. My aunt said that she got possessed after she went to her friend's party. It was 1 a.m. when she decided to go home. While she was riding a motorcycle with her husband, she felt something really heavy at her back. That time she was drunk, but she's still aware of what is real or not. Her husband also felt that her wife suddenly got heavy. When they arrived, my aunt said that she was running and shouting. She was saying, "Mom, help me! Someone was following me! I'm really scared!" And then she passed out. The next day they were all shocked because her voice suddenly changed and she's acting really weird. My aunt grabbed her phone and recorded this video.
Para hindi siya bumangon sa kabaong. Kung ako sa inyo, sinasakal ko na tong katawan na to para matapos na. Kasi itong katawan na to, ay mamamatay lang din. Ang kaluluwa nito'y kukunin ko na.
As you can see, her lips and eyes were black, and her laugh was really creepy. I was surprised because possession is not like in the movies. It was really different in real life. 2017. When me and my friend took a different bus on our way home, she took this photo and sent it to me. At first, the picture seems to be a normal picture, but the second picture really creeps me out. As you can see, there was a creepy woman standing inside the bus. I'm really scared because maybe it's a premonition that something bad will happen. This next picture is a faculty picture from a yearbook. If you look closely, you can clearly see that there is a little girl behind them. The teachers who are in this photo are all confused on how did that little girl got into their picture. No one knew that child, so maybe it was a ghost. And the clip you're about to see is claimed to be unedited and real. In the video, it looks like it was just a regular video of two guys in a party teasing each other. But if you look closely, you can see that the guy at the back wearing a black shirt was headless. Some says that this is a premonition that his death is near.
Our first video is from the Reddit user, Halelo77. It is a short recording, where we can see something very interesting.
And my sister found out got $2, and I'm on the other side that I went
In the clip, we can see a group of women in a wheelchair, which at one point behaves very strangely, and moves by its own. So is it real or fake? You decide.
A man is woken up by a mysterious noise when something pretty terrifying is caught on camera. This video was posted about 9 months ago, and the person who recorded this states that while spending the night inside his aunt's house, which is very old, unusual events took place. The following is the video he took.
I'm still hearing voices. Listen. Jesus Christ. I hear knocking again. Oh my God.
Nope. A child's voice is heard close to the camera. Naturally, the person recording fled from the room and went straight to his car after hearing the whispers. Not much else is known about the video, which makes it even more creepy. But doubtless, the video itself is scary alone.
In 2014, my girlfriend and I checked into a hotel in Subic, Philippines. The hotel looked great and the ambiance was nice. But while we were walking in the hallway, we noticed that it was too quiet. Like we were the only guests on that floor. When we arrived in our room, it felt really heavy. But I didn't told her. After we ate our dinner, she placed the tray and dishes outside our room. Then she said, "Babe, there's an old woman standing at the end of the hallway looking at me." I said, "Just ignore her. Maybe she's lost." Later that night while we were sleeping, we screamed because we had the same nightmare about the old woman. She's really angry because we checked into that room. We were really scared, so we decided to leave. But when opened the door, the same old woman was standing outside. We were shaking, but we pushed ourselves to run and check out immediately.
The following video shows a real estate agent showcasing a property on camera when something downright creepy is caught on tape. The footage comes from a YouTube channel owned by a real estate broker named Santiago Sanchez, who's been uploading videos of homes that are up for sale. By filming these properties and putting them on his channel, Santiago has been able to sell most homes. However, out of all the homes he's filmed, there's one in particular that he doubts will ever be sold. On June 15th of 2015, Santiago had posted a video unlike any other he's posted before. The video starts off with him standing in front of a house, seeming a bit scared, as he tells us that the owner had warned him not to go inside.
Me han dicho, no entres, pero si quieres ir a grabarla, puedes grabar el vídeo, pero ten mucho cuidado, no salte de la casa rápido. Casi me voy a atrever a entrar y este es el vídeo.
According to the owner, he and his family had promptly left the house late one night after experiencing strange activity for months. Ever since then, the house has been vacant. It wasn't until weeks later that they reached out to Santiago asking for his help in selling their home. Although a house like this is hard to sell, he still showcased the property on the off chance that someone might still buy it. But little does he know that something downright creepy would happen while being inside. Upon entering the property, he smells a strong, foul odor that seems to linger throughout the house. He then walks over to the kitchen and sees that a colony of ants has taken over the sink. Now, according to the owner, there have been sudden infestations of flies and other insects throughout the home, which Santiago finds odd, as the house is practically new and therefore shouldn't have this problem. Although strange, it isn't as odd as what happens later in the footage. Take a look.
No tenía por qué haber ningún tipo de insectos. Estamos en la cocina. Se puede ver cómo ellos vaciaron toda la cocina rápidamente para irse corriendo. Está todo abierto. No han vuelto por esta casa. Yo no sé qué decir, pero pueden ver todavía pertenencias. Es raro. Esto nunca se lo llevaron. No quiero alejarme mucho de la puerta, la verdad. Oh, esto está horrible, este lado. No sé cómo puede estar tan horrible en poco tiempo. Las cosas que noto es que hay un olor que está horrible, como podrido.
Santiago then proceeds to go inside a bedroom that has a hidden closet. The owner states that his family has felt a certain presence within this closet and has kept it shut for the longest time, until recently. Feeling a bit spooked, he heads on over to the other rooms, where he begins
sorry. Yeah? Stop.
This does seem to be some sort of possession, because as you can see, the door slowly opened behind them, and then her sister started acting very erratically and strange, and as she approached her, she seen that something was very off, and then that's why she ended the live. But you guys let me know what you think.
Middle of the night, and shows a man dressed in a Michael Myers costume walking right up to a house's front door. The man can be seen holding what looks like a hammer and wastes no time in trying to open the door. After realizing it's locked, the man simply walks off, but only to return 3 more times to again try to open the door, even attempting to use his hammer to assist him in getting the door open. Luckily, after being unsuccessful, the house owners would never see this supposed home intruder again.
In a video, a YouTuber has just returned home when he finds one of his dogs terrified, hiding under the bed. The YouTuber tries in any way to get the dog out from under the bed, but the animal, seemingly disturbed, remains hidden. After 45 minutes, the dog finally emerges for a couple of seconds, just to return terrified one more time under the bed. Unable to calm the dog, the YouTuber starts by looking around, finding that also his cat is making strange movements, pointing his head to the attic door. The man decides to go up to the attic to find out what is going on, when suddenly,
Pido. ¿Qué está comiendo? ¿Qué está comiendo? ¿Qué está comiendo? Bolillo, compa. ¿Eh? Bolillo. Un bolillo. Compa, ¿qué hacemos? Voy a bajar, compa.
Baja.
Sí, voy a bajar. Deténgamela. Pero hay que bajar los tres, compa.
A ver.
Hay que bajar los tres. Usted también tiene que bajar. Usted también tiene que bajar, compa. Usted tiene que bajar.
Amigo. Amigo.
¿Por qué llora? Mire.
Amigo.
Le estoy llorando. Trae. Oye, amigo, no. Vamos a bajar, compa. Baja, güey. Pregúntale, compa. Mire lo que está comiendo. ¿Qué trae en la boca, güey?
Bájate, leche, bájate, güey, bájate. Amigo. ¿Por qué lloras?
Ay, Dios mío.
¿Por qué lloras?
Mire, esa es una rata.
I'm not too sure what this is. They didn't really get too close. It does seem to be some sort of human, but it looks a little weird. You guys let me know your thoughts in the comments.
Can someone explain what's going on here?
And we are witnessing that today. The other value of technology I will point out was after a round of intense finishing conversations and negotiations over the weekend that started on Saturday morning with the speaker, myself, and the trade rep, Robert Lighthizer. We went back and Mr. Trump, the speaker, was on a hunting expedition. We spoke with him frequently. But the speaker talked to me earnestly about we're near. And on Sunday, when Tom Brady was about to take it in, all of a sudden I looked at my phone and said Pelosi for caller ID. Long wisdom tells me, the hell with Brady, take the call.
And I was watching Baltimore and
So this is a transformative agreement. It's a template, I believe, for future agreements. Our constant emphasis was on enforceability. We fixed that. And the idea and the notion that the president of the AFL-CIO, Rich Trumka, would be supportive of this initiative, I think, tells the story. But this is more than a triumph for organized labor. It's a triumph for workers everywhere across America. In terms of the working group members, I want to say that they strengthened the labor standards. They strengthened the environmental chapters. They enhanced the verification mechanisms for environmental trade. With the unflinching leadership of the Speaker, we also secured important changes in USMCA to preserve Congress's ability to change U.S. law to address the crisis we are facing with respect to high prescription drug prices. Over the intense period of these negotiations with the administration, I repeatedly emphasized that USMCA will deserve a vote because it's an agreement that Democrats shaped. I don't think anybody on this dais would have said 2 months ago that we would have been able to get as far as we did in this negotiation. It was based upon goodwill, but also...
A father in Ireland was testing out his new baby monitor while his partner was playing with the baby, but as he checks the tracking feature on the monitor, he manages to capture something chilling. Take a look.
You move these things like left and right as well? Oh yeah, you can. Oh, one sec, let me check if I can get your face. Say hello, Lisa. What the f... Lisa! Who's behind you? Hey? Swear to God, there's no one... Is there actually anyone behind you? Seriously? I swear to God, I won't stop this and watch it. I've seen some...
As he points the camera up, we can see the head of a creepy figure that seems to have its eyes set on the little baby. The figure appears to be looking in from the bathroom before quickly retracting behind the door. However, there only seems to be one way into the baby's room, so there couldn't have been anywhere for this person or figure to hide. Yet the father finds nothing in the room. I suggest you make sure to always check on your baby because you never know what may be out to get them. Another video coming from the TikTok user Marika DeWitt left her in complete panic for her little son. After one night when he was playing in his bedroom, she suddenly heard him screaming and quickly rushed up there to check on him, but everything seemed fine. That is, until she decided to check the cameras. What she saw left her devastated. The little boy appears to be arguing with something unseen, when all of a sudden the chair flips away from him, all on its own, and moments later he's pushed onto his back. Now the creepiest thing about this is that Marika was originally pregnant with triplets, but in the end the other two didn't make it. And at the time only one was born, so she believes her unborn twins may have tried to. But let me know what you think.
Guys, it's right there. Hello? Are you okay? Hello? What the hell? In the name of Jesus, I command you to stay back, right now. Stay right back. Shit. Guys, it's coming towards me. Please let me know what you would do in this situation in the comment section right now. Shit. Fuck. Oh, shit. Oh, oh, shit. Leave now. Go away. Go away. Guys, there's a freaking demon up there. What the hell? What the hell?
This video kind of had me in the beginning, but why did he just like, in this situation, you're not going to ask, what would you guys do in this situation? So that's why I was like, bro, this is a terrifying situation, but you could tell this is fake.
This actor exposes how Hollywood really is. Listen closely.
With actors, you're in a vulnerable situation. You know, you're in a vulnerable place, you're trying to get a job, and there's people who could use that power to abuse it. I was a young actor. Yeah, I was asked to go to a hotel room of a director. It was a famous director, and I didn't think anything weird by it because I never think it ever happened to me. And so I went, and he was in his robe. I still didn't think it was weird. Well, he probably just came out of the shower or whatever. And then he asked me to do, to do the scene and then crawl on my belly around it, and it got to a weird place. I remember that humiliation, and I didn't tell anybody. The agents are creeps too, you know, and then trying to get a job, and the casting directors can be, and the people who are the producers, the directors. I mean, it's rampant in the industry. There's not one actress who doesn't have a story. Just before I was really famous, and the next thing I know, I'm in a room with this guy. He's in a chair. And, he's in a comes out in a bathrobe and sits in this chair. And the next thing you know, I'm like, he's asking me to crawl on the ground and then to crawl toward him. And I just there's this.
If you want to be in the entertainment industry, be careful and speak out.
There are legal troubles for Jay-Z that come up in November, and they come attached to another person, but not a person that you actually think, which would be P. Diddy spilling the beans as he gets dragged into court. No, it's not P. Diddy, it is somebody else. And I'm kind of swinging around to Justin Bieber. Like, I'm looking at the people up there, and I'm kind of torn between Chris Brown and Justin Bieber. But I'm going the Justin Bieber way here, because Bieber is involved in this sideways. Now, this connects him to R. Kelly. High level pimping and pandering for the music industry through the trafficking of human beings. Okay, so I'm going to put that out there in that fashion. You, me, them, we're going to start seeing through the veil when it comes to Jay-Z, and within 3 years, public favor is removed. Now, he's not the first one to go down behind P. Diddy, but he's a close second. Russell Simmons pops up in the conversation. Okay, in the conversation. So I have not heard head nor tail of Russell Simmons. He pops right in right now for months. I mean, he went off somewhere and who the hell knows where he went. Those words, that hiding, will come to play in the future months. We're going to see conversation from Russell Simmons. It's either behind the scenes, it's something that is going to bring about a change in how the public looks at Jay-Z. I get Jay-Z connected to Clive Davis, connected to P. Diddy, and so there's a succession of things happening. Clive is old right now, so he's probably next in line, but I'm kind of shooting off with Chris Brown, and then I'm shooting off with Justin Bieber, and then I'm kind of going to MC Hammer. Like, it's happening. These people are being used on different levels to take other people's money, clean it, move things all about the country under the guise of their creative talents. So it's a combination that's coming after him, and when they take him down, they're going to take Beyonce down behind him, and it's going to start crumbling. He has a target directed at him because people want him found out.
Kourtney Kardashian. What the and Kourtney's third kid is actually Justin's kid.
No way.
Yeah, there's 3 evidences, right?
Yeah.
One of them is during 2014, Kourtney and Justin were like dealing with each other, right? And during 2014, I don't know if you know, but Scott and Kourtney, who were dating at the time, were like going through like a rough patch, and they broke up.
Yeah.
And Scott went to rehab in 2014. So Scott was out of the picture for mad time, but Justin was there. And then Ellen was even hinting, oh, was Justin Bieber part of the process of the baby making?
Justin Bieber help with the kids at all, or?
No. Only
that's the rumor. I know you're friends.
Yes.
Why are you smiling that way?
Blushing. She's blushing. And if you look at Justin Bieber as a kid and Rain as a kid, they look exactly the same.
Because that's supposed to be Scott Disick's son.
Yeah, Scott's Disick's son. Yeah. But it doesn't look like Scott, and Scott even notices.
Can you believe this? Oprah Winfrey, the queen of daytime television, was once a suspected spy for the CIA. That's right, folks, the beloved media mogul, the woman who built an empire on empathy and generosity, has been shrouded in whispers and rumors of clandestine operations for—
So I've gotten asked like 3 times this week if I think that Paul Walker actually faked his death and he's still alive out there. Now, up until this week, I had never heard this theory, and I was like, I don't know. So then I looked into it, and here's what I found out. Now, we all know that Paul Walker was like a big car guy, like a big car enthusiast. That's probably how he got involved with the Fast and the Furious franchise to begin with. But that love of cars was actually his real life personality. Like, he loved really cool cars. So some people thought it was a little bit coincidental or ironic or strange that he actually died in a cool car. But one of the things that's a little bit weird about this is he was with his friend Roger, and Roger was a professional driver, racer type of person. So Roger would have been super experienced when it comes to driving really fast cars, and it seems a little bit strange and unlikely that, he would end up, dying when he had all this experience driving these really crazy cars. With that being said, though, I feel we've heard of instances of, even like NASCAR drivers dying in like crashes and stuff like that. So that part in and of itself isn't all that strange. But here's where things do get a little bit weird. This is the car that, both of these guys actually ended up passing away in. Let's take note of the license plate. It's 7CCY590. But the license plate that was like at the crash site is 3URS93. So why are the license plates different? Like, did they get swapped out at some point? Because everybody saw him leave with the car with the original license plate, and then all of a sudden this one was at the site. So did the cars get switched? Like, what's going on? This part's a little bit strange. And the other thing that's kind of weird is like the story I found out actually leaked before he actually died. So he wasn't even dead yet. And there were all these like news outlets already posting about how Paul Walker died in a car accident. So it's almost as if these news outlets already had this information and like accidentally like released it a little bit early. I had never heard that part before, but that part really got me because that's happened with other like celebrity death kind of situations too, where like the news accidentally leaks like before it actually happens. And so it's like, what's going on here? So now I'm starting to understand like why people are speculating about this, because it seems like there's just a lot of things that don't add up that are just like a little bit too strange. Any of these things by themselves, other than the news leaking too early, would have been like, okay, I mean, it could happen, but I feel like everything put together, it does make for kind of a suspicious situation. But here's the part I really don't understand. A lot of the other like celebrity deaths that people speculate might have been faked, there's like a very good reason why they might do such a thing. With Paul Walker, I'm having a really hard time finding a motive of like what would make him want or need to fake his own death. Like, he was a pretty big celebrity, but I don't feel like he was like at like, mega star status to where like he couldn't even live or do anything. I don't know. And I also don't think he was like in any trouble that I know of. So if you know of a reason why Paul Walker might have wanted to fake his own death, put it in the comments. Or is there a chance that maybe the death wasn't faked, but maybe it was planned? If so, why?
How would you handle this situation?
Oh, they're gonna go right over them, dude. They're down. They're down. Hey! Hey, asshole! There's nobody in there. Dude, there's nobody in there. There's nobody on deck. There's nobody in the wheelhouse. Oh my god. We have divers right there. They just ran them over. Those are our divers. Dive flags up.
Obviously, this is a very dangerous situation because, as you could tell, there is a boat heading towards them while they have divers. So if these divers do come up at an unexpected time, they could get hit by the boat. So obviously, I see why they would be mad, but as you can see, the boat passes by and there's nobody inside of it. So just let me know what you guys think in the comments.
كان سمعت صوت. في أحد؟ بسم الله. خلاص أخاف الرعد. والله ما له أثر. بسم الله. بسم الله. في أحد هنا؟ إيش ده؟ بسم الله. إيش ذا اللي هنا؟ بسم الله. بسم الله الرحمن. إيش ده؟ في أحد؟ تراكيس أسود. كنيسة خارج. شوفوا هنا كمان. وش هذا اللي هنا؟ أوه. جميل صراحة. شوفوا هنا بعد كمان. في ناس كانوا مركبين. بسم الله. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله. بسم الله. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان. في أحد؟ من أنت؟ بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. أعوذ بكلمات الله التامة من شر ما خلق. بسم الله. بسم الله الرحيم. بسم الله. بسم الله. إيش هذا؟ أعوذ بالله من
Honestly, this does seem to be some paranormal activity because as you can tell, there's nobody else in this facility with him, and as he's exploring, things just start getting weirder and weirder. But obviously, it's up to your speculation, so you guys let me know what you think in the comments.
This famous YouTuber tells you exactly what it's like in Hollywood and how the Illuminati parties are.
I show up to this place. I always called it the Illuminati Hub. It was everybody in the fucking world that had some importance was in it. I learned later it was called Delilah. But I didn't know that's how LA moves. Like all these executives, they might compete with each other in daytime, but at nighttime, they all frequenting and partying in the same spots. They talking business. I didn't know about networking like that. So I show up there because I was at Complex Con. I show up there with like my little chat nigga hoodie. That was my audience, like, name. With like 12 people. I showed up there. Everybody's in suits. That's the first time I seen Steve Stout. Apparently, I never seen Ebro after that, but Ebro and Leslie was in the room too. Ebro. That guy was there. Somebody else from Sony was there. All the important people that you hear about, but you never see. That's why I call it the Illuminati meeting, because I couldn't believe that. Wait, all y'all powerful music people be in the same room? I thought it was beef. Because y'all artists beef with each other? It's not.
Kanye West set up a Christian private school called Donda Academy. For context, Donda is his late mother. But this school isn't like any other school. These kids have uniforms, which is understandable, but there's also an NDA they have to sign. And some of the clips that we've seen, it's a little bit cult-ish. Just watch.
Good morning, Donda! 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 Good morning, Donda!
The Good Morning Donda is probably for an intro for one of his songs, but it's still crazy they have to sign NDAs. And what the hell is this? Like everyone's just walking and then this thing comes. It's like the Stranger Things Demogorgon or whatever it's called. But at least North is living her best life. She looks like she's super happy. What do you guys think of Donda Academy? Would you send your children there?
As a child, what was so present with boys' toys? Remember everybody with the Tonka trucks?
Yeah.
Now, I have a theory. Check this out, bro. I have a theory. The people in charge, fam, they know once kids start seeing other jobs that appeal to them more, they're gonna stop wanting to do the trades jobs and the blue collar jobs because it's not as, I guess, like enticing. At a young age, they start brainwashing us. That's why we see Tonka trucks.
Yeah.
Feel me? The construction hats and shit. Remember that show Mighty Machines? It's all about that. And it's on the kids' channel, fam. What else? Bob the Muffin Builder, bro.
Yeah.
The same shit. Mario was a what?
Plumber. What the
Check this out, fam. The one TV show that's still popping with children today is motherfucking Paw Patrol, bro. Paw Patrol. Check this out. Every single character in Paw Patrol is a what?
A worker?
blue collar worker. You have Chase, who's a police officer.
I know this clip is probably fake, but if you guys have ever played the game Call of Duty, there is some sort of spirit that looks just like this. It's some sort of light entity, which I think is kind of weird because obviously this is a fake video, but this seems to be something that reoccurs throughout entertainment, games, and the things that we grew up on. So pretty strange, but you guys let me know what you think in the comments.
What is that? That is a tornado for sure. So can we go to someone's house? Go to there. Is there a house near us? We're going in here. Okay. Okay, guys, get ready to run. Ready? Just run. Just run. Don't run. Go, go.
I truly cannot believe that nobody is talking about this. Watch this video and pay attention to how Orlando Breen exposes the whole entire industry.
This industry, what you must understand is, when you do sell your soul, you are allowed to live forever. And these people that are called youngins, rookies, new booties, like I was, had no idea that these people still live.
For those who don't know, he's the guy from That's So Raven.
It just feels like things are starting to get weirder and weirder as time goes on. Obviously, a lot of truth is coming to light, so there's a lot of things we're going to be finding out. You need to really pay attention, stay safe, and let me know your thoughts in the comments.
The greatest pop star to ever live, Michael Jackson, is still alive, and here is the proof. June 25th, 2009, Michael Jackson was publicly announced dead after he suffered cardiac arrest when an ambulance was called to his house because he was unresponsive. He was taken away and later died at the hospital. But someone unknowingly followed that ambulance to the hospital and saw them remove a man with a black sheet over his head from the back of the ambulance to an undisclosed location. Why else would they need to hide his identity? It was confirmed by the license plate that that ambulance in that suspicious video was the same one he was taken away in. After pronounced dead, he was taken to the coroner from the hospital via helicopter, but look at his under the sheet. This was the real helicopter he was taken away in, and it looks like his body is still very much moving under the sheet. His birth certificate and his death certificate have different names, as if the death certificate was just made to show the public. People question why his funeral was closed casket if there was nothing wrong with his appearance. His casket's now surrounded by cement. Some say so no fans dig up. Others say because there's no in there at all, and they want to make it impossible to find that out. Some say he attended his own funeral because Janet Jackson is looking right at this person who looks just like Michael. In 2016, there were news stories going around that he was alive because the features of his face were seen in the background of a car selfie from his own daughter Paris that he thought he was hidden in. But he wasn't. You can see the features and it got people theorizing.
This stuff has been right in front of our eyes this whole time. We just really haven't been paying attention to it, or we just kind of been blind to it. Just let me know your thoughts in the comments.
Can you believe this? Oprah Winfrey, the queen of daytime television, was once a suspected spy for the CIA. That's right, folks, the beloved media mogul, the woman who built an empire on empathy and generosity, has been shrouded in whispers and rumors of clandestine operations for years, and it doesn't stop at international espionage. Conspiracy theorists argue that Oprah's meteoric rise to fame and influence wasn't just due to her charisma and talent. They suggest that she was propelled by hidden forces within the media industry, using her as a pawn in their grand schemes. And what about her philanthropy? Some skeptics argue that Oprah's charitable endeavors aren't as altruistic as they appear. They claim that she used these initiatives as a smokescreen, manipulating the goodwill of the public for her own personal gain. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. There's more to Oprah's downfall than meets the eye. The once beloved talk show host, Oprah Winfrey, has now been canceled. But why, you might ask? Well, let's dive into the murky waters of the reasons behind this sudden fall from grace. It all started with a shift in public perception, a tide that turned against the once untouchable icon. Oprah's controversial interviews began to ruffle feathers, drawing backlash from viewers who once hung on to her every word. The whispers of discontent grew louder, eventually turning into a roar of disapproval. The criticism didn't only come from the public, but from her own guests too. Accusations started to fly, each one a blow to Oprah's once pristine reputation. The media mogul who once held the world's attention now found herself at the center of a storm she couldn't control. This isn't a simple tale of a celebrity losing their shine. It's a story of an empire crumbling. It seems like Oprah's reign in the media world has come to an unexpected end. Let's recap the main points on the Oprah controversy. It's a tale as old as time, a beloved figure rising to unimaginable heights, only to be shrouded in mystery and suspicion. Yes, we're talking about Oprah, the media mogul who once held the world in the palm of her hand. We've delved into the shocking allegation that placed Oprah as a suspected CIA spy, a claim that's as baffling as it is intriguing. We've also explored the conspiracy theories swirling around her influential role in the media industry, raising questions about the true extent of her power. Then came the controversial interviews, a series of candid conversations that rocked the world and left us all questioning the motives behind them. Finally, we've dissected the criticism that led to her cancellation, a surprising turn of events that marked a spectacular fall from grace. So there you have it, the dark history of Oprah Winfrey, a tale of power, controversy, and a spectacular fall from grace.
Ellen DeGeneres is not who you think she is.
Ellen DeGeneres is supposed to be related to all the Rothschilds. No! So there's a big theory going on right now, because you know how Ellen was like the sweetheart.
Yeah.
Everyone loved her. She was like our favorite host, right? But recently...
She was canceled.
Yeah, she was canceled because every time she had like an engagement with a fan, she was mean to staff. Like it was all bad reviews, right? So I'm going to read you Ellen's family tree. Distant relative is Jane Seymour, so who became the third wife of Henry V after Anne Boleyn was beheaded.
Wait, the king? King Henry?
The King Henry. Amelia Earhart.
No way.
Her 8th cousin. What? And she's also cousins of...
Oh, that's the Duchess. Prince William's...
Prince William's wife?
Yeah,
Prince William's wife. She's related to all these people, and people dug even deeper where they found her name, grandson of the Rothschilds.
Damn.
Grandson.
Yo.
By the way, this video is scripted and for entertainment purposes only. Stay weird.
Darkest conspiracy theories. The Earth virus theory. This theory states that the Earth is a living organism, and we, you and I, the humans, are the virus. The Earth grows plenty of free food, and every animal seems to balance and coexist on Earth in sort of a circle of life. For instance, bees pollinate crops, moving from one plant to the next, fertilizing each plant. It's beneficial. Even though they're taking pollen, they're still being beneficial. But humans, we seem to not benefit the Earth at all. We're more destructive. We clear rainforests, kill the ocean with our plastics, puncture giant holes in the ozone with our chemicals and fuels, and we cause man-made climate disasters. We don't seem to coexist. But before I continue, question time. If aliens were about to destroy the planet, and one came up to you, they chose you, and said, if you show us 2 things on Earth of why we shouldn't destroy this planet and kill you all, what 2 things would you show them to save the Earth? Let me know down below. But anyways, think about the human body. When we're sick, our body creates antibodies to the viruses. That's exactly what the Earth does to us, creating earthquakes, droughts, tsunamis, and other natural disasters. Let's face it, we're destructive in nature. And while a tiny bit of us do try to help the planet, the majority of us selfishly harm it. Maybe we are the virus.
It took me 10 years to realize Bikini Bottom is actually garbage caused by pollution. The houses in the city are made out of car exhausts that fell in the ocean due to the pollution. But that's not all. The city is loaded with trash. Look at this rusty anchor that fell off a boat. The Krusty Krab is an abandoned crab trap that fell to the bottom of the ocean. And the reason Krabs owns it is because he was trapped inside it. Glove World is gloves that were used for Guten fish. And SpongeBob's house, a refreshment, and check.
He saw a ghost on the road, and the next day there was an accident in the same place. It's just past 3 a.m. and a truck driver named Ken was traveling north down the I-57, a north to south interstate highway in Missouri, Illinois, when out of nowhere he sees something out of the corner of his eye that startles him. Now, during his whole career of truck driving and delivering items, he had never seen anything this strange and creepy before. Confused at what he had seen, he decides to pull over and review his dash cam footage. This is what he saw.
You can go meet up with him and see if she can get him to confess. And it's a tough decision, I'm sure, but Amy ultimately agrees. She wears the wire.
A person clad in white can be seen walking across the highway in the middle of the night, and it appears as though they just came out of nowhere. This has left Ken terrified without a doubt, because the very next day, a tragic accident happens in this precise, exact location. The reports state that the injured people involved saw a lady dressed in all white on the middle of the road, causing them to react suddenly and swerve their car out of the way, resulting in a collision. What makes this even more chilling is that the interstate police reviewed the CCTV footage of the accident, and they didn't see any woman in white, just the car suddenly swerving for no apparent reason. The whole ordeal has left Ken completely shocked.
I would say this one is some sort of conspiracy. As you could tell, he sees this girl and the next day a tragic accident takes place. So I mean, I really do think this one might be real because there's a lot of occurrences that happen like this. But you guys let me know your thoughts in the comments.
A few years ago, a conspiracy theory about one of the world's favorite actors was posited by a Redditor in a now deleted thread, but recently it began to resurface. The theory being that Jim Carrey was allegedly hiding a very dark secret. Remember one of Jim's first forays into serious dramatic acting, the number 23. Before diving into the Jim Carrey theory, we first must understand the significance of the 23 enigma.
The Titanic sank on the morning of April 15th, 1912. That's 4151912. 23. The Hiroshima bomb was dropped at 8:15. 8 plus 15 is 23. The Mayans said the end of the world would come in 2012. 20 plus 1 plus 2 equals 23.
The 23 enigma seems to trace back to author William S. Burroughs. Burroughs was talking with a man known as Captain Clark in Tangier, who was bragging to him that he had been sailing for 23 years without a single accident. That very day, he crashed his ship, an accident in which he and the entire crew. Later that night, as Burroughs was mulling over the ironic tragedy, The radio show he was listening to was interrupted by a bulletin announcing the crash of an airliner in Florida, of which there were no survivors. The pilot of the plane also named Captain Clark the flight number 23, the idea becoming that once you notice it, you see 23 everywhere. Though it may seem like a strange coincidence at first, it quickly becomes hypnotic and all-encompassing, completely ruling one's perspective of reality. Jim Carrey claims to have been obsessed with the 23 enigma long before being cast in the movie, as his production company is called JC23 Entertainment, and his father played the saxophone and worked as an accountant, just like one of his characters in the movie. In The Number 23, Carrey plays Walter Sparrow, a family man whose life begins a downward spiral when his wife gives him a copy of The Number 23, a novel that contains a character named Fingerling, also played by Carrey, who is consumed by the 23 enigma. When Walter receives the Number 23 book from his wife, he immediately envisions himself as the protagonist, a detective named Fingerling, and his real-world wife Agatha as Fingerling's girlfriend Fabrizia. Fingerling is sent to the scene of a frantic woman known only as the Blonde, who rants about the number 23 and that it ruined her life. He then witnesses her jump to her death. Later in the movie, as Walter is desperate to find out more about the number 23, which is now seemingly ruining his life, a man attacks him with a box knife before abruptly turning it on himself, his own throat. These are 2 of the 4 suicides featured in the movie, all of which Walter, or what turns out to be his past self, Fingerling, is present for. And this is where No One and Nobody 7's theory starts to take shape. The Twitter user theorizes Jim Carrey may actually be a serial killer who hides his crimes by masking them as suicide. And although I don't quite buy into the theory, there are some bizarre synchronicities. The following is one of the creepiest coincidences this user points out. Actor Charles Rocket was cast on Saturday Night Live for the 1980-81 season, beating out a young Jim Carrey for the role. Years later, in 1994, Rocket was cast as the conniving villain in Dumb and Dumber, one of 3 movies that released in that one year that propelled Carrey to absolute superstardom. Take a look at this moment from the film.
Catch up to him down the road and
It's important to point out that this line is not in the script, and Jeff Daniels' reaction appears to be genuine shock. But what does this have to do with Charles Rocket? Years later, Charles Rocket walked out into a field on his property in Connecticut and took his own way by slitting his own. No One and Nobody 7 alleges that this is one of several that were ruled as self-inflicted that were actually the work of Carrey. Strange enough, during another scene in Dumb and Dumber, the characters are seen crying while watching a sentimental Pacific Bell commercial, wiping their tears with money. The young boy in the commercial is actor Jonathan Brandis, who also unfortunately committed suicide on November 12, 2003. 11/12/2003. 23/23. Tragically, in 2015, Carrey's girlfriend passed away and the ruled as a suicide. The coroner ruled that the young woman had a lethal overdose of multiple prescription medications. Carrey's girlfriend was married but separated, and after her passing, a lawsuit by her estranged widower revealed that the medications were prescribed to Carrey under the false name Arthur King, which he then allegedly provided to her. Carrey denied any wrongdoing, and in 2016 the wrongful lawsuit was thrown out. But the whole thing obviously plays into the theory, so No One and Nobody 7 goes much deeper and further into detail, although in my opinion it never really leads to a concise theory, but more of a number of coincidences surrounding Carrey that quickly become harder and harder to follow.
Go ahead. Tell yourself it's just a number.
There's a lot of weird stuff going on in the world there, so you guys really need to be safe. Positive energy around you. Stay blessed, and guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments.
The truth about the presidents. Did you guys know that Hillary Clinton literally faked a whole crowd at one of her rallies?
My favorite conspiracy theory is that there are people hired by the government to cause rush hour traffic, and it's funded by big oil and SSRI distributors, because what else are you doing in traffic other than burning gas and being miserable? It's my favorite because I just made it up.
To film himself going on long adventurous hiking trips in the middle of the night, usually in rural areas of Barcelona, Spain. But on one particular night, something seemed to follow him and wouldn't give him a break. This was perhaps the most terrifying night of his life. After this, he decided to never go on a night hike ever again. Whatever this creepy figure was, it definitely had its eyes set on this man being its target. So just what is this entity?
It's not following him the way a human would, because it's going in a very unordinary pattern, because as you could tell, he ran to the cave and then turns around and it's already in the cave. So it seems to be some sort of dark spirit that's following him, but let me know what you guys think in the comments.
This is the Queen of the Illuminati, Beyonce. She said that whenever she performs on stage, someone named Sasha Fierce comes into her body and takes over. She literally explains all of this herself on YouTube, but check this out. She literally says she has out-of-body experiences. If I cut my leg, I don't fall, I don't feel it, I am so fearless, and I'm not aware of my face or body.
I raised my hands up, and it was kind of the first time I felt something else come into me.
Her ex-drummer filed a restraining order against her and accused her of killing her cat to use it for witchcraft. Look at the necklace of this picture of Sasha Fierce. This is literally the symbol of the temple of...
A very concerned parent had posted the following video in the hopes that someone could explain the footage. In it, a child is seen playing in their crib, when suddenly, something truly terrifying is caught on camera. According to the parents, ever since playing with the Ouija board that they bought at a yard sale, strange things have been happening. On random occasions, their son would stare at an empty space as though something was there, and then suddenly cry out of nowhere. The strangest incident, however, may just be the following video. It's late at night when the following is caught on camera. Take a look. An unsettling screech-like noise is heard inside the child's room. It seems to come out of nowhere, yet sounds very close to the child. But even weirder is the fact that the camera glitches whenever it screeches. It's almost as though the presence of whatever this might be is so strong that it messes with the frequency of the camera. Then again, it is often the case that people hack into these cameras. Perhaps this might be an instance of that. But that doesn't explain how the camera shook whenever a loud banging noise occurred. The parents believe that whatever was making that noise must be the supposed paranormal entity that is haunting their child. Now, there's not much info given on this clip, so forming a solid opinion might be hard to do. But nevertheless, it's up to you to decide if the video is real or not. Just what exactly had occurred that night? Feel free to let me know what you think down below.
Whether this is real or not, you guys should not play with Ouija boards. You don't know what you can invite into your life or into your surroundings, so you guys really need to be careful out there, and let me know your thoughts in the comments.
This is why you should never explore an abandoned circus. A young couple loved exploring abandoned places for their YouTube channel. And so, one night, they decided to explore an abandoned circus that was one town over. At first, it was like any other abandoned place they'd been before, empty, desolate, and in ruins. But soon after they arrived, something strange happened. The lights to the circus turned on, and so did all the power to the attractions. At first they thought it was creepy and weird, but then they realized that someone must own it, even if it's just the local council, and maintenance would have to be done. And if nothing else, it was great content for their YouTube channel. And so, with the lights on, they proceeded to check out all the stalls, rides, and buildings, starting with a behind-the-scenes look at the haunted house ride. Being into creepy stuff, this was probably their favorite ride, and so to get a backstage pass was pure luck in their books. However, soon after they started exploring the haunted house ride, they started to hear music, and it started to feel like the mannequins, as creepy as they were staring at them. They knew that these objects weren't real, and it was probably the atmosphere playing tricks on them, but there was something about these specifically placed clown dolls that creeped them out. Deciding that they'd had enough of the rides, they decided to explore some of the tents. And at first, they made for a great setting for their channel. Just enough mood lighting to make it feel creepy and eerie. But just like the other places, there were clown mannequins everywhere, and these ones were larger. They were perfectly still, but it always felt like they were in motion, as if you'd caught them off guard and they'd frozen on the spot. And whilst each one looked realistic from afar, they were clearly plastic when you inspected them up close. Regardless, this was starting to freak them out. Why were there so many of them, and why hadn't they noticed them around before? However, what really freaked them out was when one of them moved towards them, and another one cackled and started to chase. That was all they needed to make up their minds and run, and getting off the ground unscathed was easy. However, that night, when they'd already gone to bed, there was a knock at their door, and when they answered it, there was no one but a huge package. Thinking that someone had mistakenly delivered it to their house, they took it in and thought that they'd open it in the morning. However, soon after they got back to sleep, they heard the faint sound of music coming from their hallway. Upon inspecting the hallway, to their horror, they saw a clown sitting there who said, "You left so soon, so we thought we'd bring the circus to you."
If you're ever in a situation where you're going somewhere that has some sort of haunted paranormal activity, just make sure that you do whatever you can before you leave so that spirits do not follow you home, because as you could tell, paranormal activity came with them from wherever they came, and now it's in their life. So you guys really need to be safe out there, and let me know your thoughts in the comments.
In the following video, a man named Win is washing dishes in the kitchen when he hears a strange noise coming from his basement. This basement, according to Win, is a place that he and his family avoid entering at all costs. There's something about it that isn't right. Now, not too long ago, something happened inside this space that neither Win nor his family could explain. As Win states, he was by himself in the basement when out of nowhere, a small swing he had recently bought began to swing on its own. Although not really sure how to explain this, it would be the following incident that occurred only days later that leaves him extremely baffled. While being alone at home with his son, a loud banging noise on the basement door is suddenly heard. But when he checks to see as to who or what was banging on the door, he finds no one there.
Can you get it?
Understandably, this occurrence has left the family feeling thoroughly petrified. But as if that wasn't enough to freak them out, the following video captures this. Win is down in the kitchen washing dishes when his dog starts barking at the basement door. He immediately takes out his phone and begins to record.
Go lie down. It's okay. Lie down. Stay. Been doing this all morning and I don't have time for this today. Stop. Hey buddy. I got too much going on. You gotta cut it out. Oh. Okay. Just gonna set it up. Pick up your towels. And we'll just let the phone roll. I asked you if you gotta go or you gotta go downstairs or something. Wherever you're gonna go, you gotta go. Calm down. He's okay. Please, not today. Just, holy cow. Little buddy.
Sounding fed up with the supposed spirit, Wynn begs the entity to stop, but this only seemed to make things worse as the door to the basement began to continuously open on its own soon after. It isn't until looking closely at the doorway, however, that someone or something appears. Like something out of a nightmare, the shadowy figure seemingly fades into the darkness before reappearing again as a giant shadow. Feeling beyond spooked, Wynn is absolutely certain that he won't be entering this basement anytime soon. But as always, until more footage is brought forth, this video remains a mystery.
I'm not too sure how real this clip is, but if it is real, this does seem to be some paranormal activity because as you can tell, there's some sort of shadowy figure that keeps opening the door and closing it. These are type of issues you need to get dealt with. They only proceed to get worse, so you guys make sure you stay safe out there. And let me know your thoughts in the comments.
I want to be kept anonymous. I have a story that has haunted me for 18 years. My family and I had just moved from New York to North Carolina. At the time, I was 15. Everything was going okay, and after a year, we finally found a house and moved in. By that time, I was 16. One night, it was bedtime, and I went to the bathroom to wash my face and brush my teeth. I took the long way because my parents decided to close the door connecting the bathroom with my room. Some of the rooms in this home were connected. Now, if you looked at the bathroom mirror and had the door open, you could see the kitchen and the window and the reflection. So I'm standing there washing my face, and I look up and see a little girl's reflection outside the kitchen window. I turned around really quick, and it was gone. It didn't make sense to me as that window was pretty high up, and you would need a ladder to look through. I just kind of brushed it off and didn't think anything of it. Time passed, and I became pregnant at the age of 17. I started to be sleepless and always had migraines. All of a sudden, I became so negative and didn't want to be around people. Everyone kept telling me that it was the pregnancy. After I had my daughter is when things started to get weird. I moved in with my husband, and we would all be asleep when all of a sudden it would get really, really cold inside. I would hear a little girl call me mommy at night. I thought it was my daughter, and I would wake up and go check on her, but she would be asleep. Sometimes I would hear doors slam and glass break. My dogs would start to bark out of nowhere as well. We eventually moved out as the family grew. Now there were 2 girls and 1 boy. I would sleep our son in bed with us, and he would wake up crying and pointing at the corner of the room, and that scared me all the time. For some reason, I knew it was that same little girl that I saw outside of the kitchen window years ago. I never thought it would get worse until one night. I was sleeping and suddenly felt someone watching me and touching my hand. She would say mommy right in my ear. Things only got worse. When I was pregnant with my 4th child, I would have sleep paralysis and couldn't sleep anymore. I couldn't enter my room alone. I could hear this little girl everywhere. My son was 3, and even he wouldn't go into that room by himself. After I gave birth, I couldn't bear to go into the bedroom because I was petrified, and I would cry at the thought of going home after work. I eventually had someone come do a cleanse, and I never believed in the whole being haunted until I heard the words that came out of this man's mouth. He is a family friend of my husband and had been doing these types of jobs for decades. He started asking me questions like what's my first name and the name of my kids. He told me things I had never told anyone, not even my husband. Then he proceeded to tell me that something happened to me when I was 13, and that he saw me with an older woman getting into a bus. The only person I would get in the bus with would be my grandmother growing up. He said that something happened that traumatized me, and it opened a door and something evil came through. That door never closed. He stated that the little girl that I was seeing along with my kids and husband was not a little girl. It was 9 different demons using this image to take all of our energy and trying to cross into this world. He did a cleanse in my house and showed me how to do a self-cleanse and how to cleanse everyone in the house.
There's a lot of crazy things that go on in this world, so you guys really need to be safe out there and make sure you stay away from dark energy. So let me know your thoughts on this story in the comments.
Ya se cerró la plaza, joven. Buenas noches. Buenas noches, ya se cerró. ¿Hay algún niño aquí? Buenas noches. A ver, güey. Así con el... Cabrón. Mames, güey. ¿Sí ve el bulto allá?
Sí, ese es algo blanco.
Cabrón. Va para allá, para el arroyo.
In the next video, Kenneth along with his friend Justin set out to explore the Austin Dam and an old abandoned paper mill. They remain cautious as they approach the paper mill, as one of the first things they notice is that the structural integrity of the floors and pillars are not in good condition, and they have to tread carefully and watch their footing. They also remain alert for anything unknown, as this place is widely rumored to be haunted. Local residents have reported unexplainable sightings as well as hearing strange noises in the vicinity. Before arriving, they speak to one of the residents who shares his creepy experience.
I think that place is haunted.
Oh yeah, most definitely. The paper mill's fucking haunted as shit. Because I went there one night, me and my buddies. We all went over there, and we were drinking a little bit, but
yeah,
like I was like 2 beers in, and I'm like, dude, I must be like,
oh shit, bubbling out. It's burping probably. It's probably just burping.
Good. Anyways,
yeah.
I saw some. I was like 2 beers in, and I'm like, I can't be this drunk already. Like, for shit to start moving off the walls, and then my buddy caught it on camera that like something ran behind us.
No kidding.
On Snapchat, like he caught it on camera and everything.
Dude, I'm gonna be down there trying to get some
Yeah,
food
there's
to
fucking
tonight.
definitely shit down there.
Heck
I don't
yeah.
care what she says. There's shit down there.
Hell yeah, man. That's freaking awesome.
Now, the main reason they are going to the paper mill is to view the remains of what's left, as this is a popular hobby of theirs. Venturing to places such as these, they never expected anything terrifying to happen, but upon arriving and navigating the place, they discover a dark entrance leading down under the paper mill, where they capture something chilling. Watch closely.
You want to go down there?
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Little did we know the experience we would have would leave chills running down the back of our necks the rest of the night.
Hold on, I want to get that lower, closer down here.
There's a bone in the beaver dam there. Good.
Holy shit.
See it right there?
What is it?
A bone.
Oh, I don't see it. Oh, it is. What the fuck? Holy smokes. Oh, oh, oh. What was that? Hello? Get the fuck out of there! Holy! Yep, no more of that shit. Did you hear that? Oh yeah. What was that? I have no fucking idea.
While down in the depths of the paper mill, a creepy voice is suddenly heard as the two friends call out, as if something or someone down there is responding back to them. Immediately upon hearing this, they are both creeped out and run out of there, not wanting to stick around and find out what it is. The voice kind of resembles that of a child, but assuming it is, just what would a little kid be doing in the darkness of a building abandoned for years? Or could it be something more sinister, imitating a child's voice to lure them deeper into the darkness?
There's no reason why there should be anything or anyone down in this facility, because as you can tell, it's been abandoned for years, so this does seem to be some paranormal activity or some sort of spirit, because they do hear someone talking back to them. It's a good thing they stayed away from that basement, because it doesn't seem like anything good. But you guys let me know your thoughts in the comments.
I'm a retired FBI agent, and this is a conspiracy theory that keeps me up at night. In 2018, a treasure hunter tipped off the FBI to a large cache of buried, stolen Civil War gold in a rural part of Elk County, Pennsylvania. Now, the story goes, this treasure hunter had been looking into this since around 2011, probably further back than that. But his research showed that during the Civil War, a secret society known as the Knights of the Golden Circle, a group that operated in the North to sabotage the Northern efforts, one of them being to steal this gold that was on its way to the U.S. Mint in Philadelphia and then hide it. Why they never went back for it, I don't know. This treasure hunter had been operating or doing his research and looking for this stuff, and he located a site that was on public land in Pennsylvania. And he was operating under the permission of the Pennsylvania Department of Conservation and Natural Resources. It's somewhere along the way, this treasure hunter and the DCNR had a falling out, and he follows this up and goes to the FBI. He told them, or however he convinced them, they took it seriously enough to hire an outside agency to go in and do some very high-tech survey of the property to see if there's any validity to this. And sure enough, this high-tech equipment revealed that there was a large mass of some kind at this site underground. And then the FBI, also using pretty high-tech equipment, determined that there was the presence of gold. They end up getting a seizure warrant through a federal judge. They get a writ of entry that gives them access to the land. They do a 3-day search for this. using an excavator and all kinds of techniques, to try to locate this stuff. Very well documented, I have to say, very thoroughly documented. And they found nothing. No sign of Civil War gold, no sign that anything had been buried there. Now, currently ongoing, there's a lawsuit between this treasure hunter and the FBI. He claims that they did find something and that there's video evidence of this. I don't understand why the site survey shows presence of gold, a large mass under the ground, and then they find absolutely nothing. So stay tuned, and I'm going to fill you in on this one completely because it really, really interests me.
Today we're going to talk about the Twitter conspiracy theory which goes into the disappearance of Malaysian Airlines. Now this theory actually had me thinking a lot of the time, so let's get into it. Make sure you follow my Instagram so you don't miss out any of my new content. So there was this Twitter account called Ty who said that he received a strange voicemail. Now this was posted on 13th of March 2018. Let's take a listen to the voicemail.
Sierra, Delta, Alpha, November, Golf, Echo, Romeo, Sierra, Oscar, Sierra.
Now, while it was a series of words, it wasn't just any words, it was the NATO alphabet. A bunch of people on Twitter translated it, and this is what it said, pause to read. Then he started receiving messages like this in different languages and Morse code, and it all translated to this. He also posted this tweet, pause to read, but it was freaky. And the numbers mentioned were the coordinates near where Malaysian Airlines went missing. So people started to think that this couldn't be a coincidence and maybe there was something which wasn't human on board. Because how does a plane just mysteriously vanish? What gets weirder is when you listen to the last recordings on Malaysian Airlines. We're gonna play that right now. Now the first recording that I'm gonna show you, listen to the pilot's voice. There's no stuttering, nothing like that. He seems fairly calm. Now you can hear that he's speaking pretty fast, very calmly. Now let's listen to this part. Now right before he says good night, we hear something in the background. Now you can't tell if it's a voice or if something's opening the cockpit door, but that might be the reason that the pilot was suddenly stuttering and going and talking slowly.
Taking level 350. Malaysian 370. Malaysian 370.
And after that, Malaysian Airlines vanished. And then Ty's account was deleted, but in an interview with Shane Dawson, he said that he was getting death threats, homophobic comments, so he deleted his account. But a bunch of users who had added on to the theory suddenly said that they were all fake and they were doing it for clout. All of the people who were saying things, it's like they were threatened or something to keep quiet. One user even mentioned that they are taking over on April 18th. Who is they? And did they actually take over?
Me versus... Whoa, wait, don't give away too much, man. Yeah, okay, I can say clone, I want to say clone. All right, so there's like a clone by Ang Lee. Right. When it comes out, and let's get a selfie real quick. Let's hop in for a selfie.
The truth about the presidents. Did you guys know that Hillary Clinton literally faked a whole crowd at one of her rallies? Ever since this photo of Joe Biden literally faking the whole entire White House for an interview went viral, people are starting to realize that these presidents are not what you think they are. And Hillary Clinton just further proves this with this whole fake crowd thing. Just watch this video, pay attention to the flags, the phones, and Hillary Clinton herself. As you can see, here's Hillary Clinton in North Kakalaka, and look at all these flags and phones. As you can see, not one of these flags in the background appears on their phones. And the background on their phones is completely different from the background in front of them. And watch Hillary Clinton walk by and pay attention how she appears on no one's phone. If they're out here faking simple stuff like that, imagine what else they're hiding from us.
He was driving back to base when suddenly he saw something in the back of the ambulance. Upon realizing what it was, he stops the vehicle and jumps out in a panicked state. Now, due to a lack of parking, he parks the ambulance inside an alleyway, but even from a distance, he can't seem to look away from the truck. Clearly, something has left him deeply unsettled. The following is his footage. Take a look.
Alright, so I'm not sure how to talk about this, but well, first off, I've been an EMT just for a little bit, and like I ain't never experienced nothing like this. So as we driving back to base, I swear I seen a face in the rearview mirror. Like,
Send some as soon as you can.
I need to turn this engine off though, cause like, we're gonna be stranded out here.
Yeah, as soon as possible. Thank you.
I'm not trying to go back in this truck. I don't know if you see it, but can y'all see that back door? Like, it just, like it just flew open. Like, can y'all? Oh. Nah, what the? What was that? Can y'all see it? Nah, hell no. Heck, nah.
A few nights later, it starts getting desperate to enter the house. And what happens next is absolutely terrifying.
तुम्हें बाहर जाना जरूरी है क्या?
एक मिनट यार, देख तो लेता हूँ कौन है। It's exactly 3 o'clock.
जी
मुन्नू काफे
यहाँ पे सो रहा है।
तुमको आवाज कुछ सुनाई दिया क्या?
नहीं। क्यों क्या हुआ?
कुछ नहीं, मुन्नू की आवाज जैसे सुनाई दी। यहाँ पे आई क्या तुमको आवाज?
If there's ever someone knocking at your door and there's nobody there, just make sure you do not open it because you don't know what you could be allowing into your house because that's a very real thing. You guys be safe out there and let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you guys for watching the video. Hope you like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your favorite part of the video. It made you tremble in your boots and we're going to be on to the next one.